And welcome to the new season of SC2 Improved Team League, the third season of the league, and oh my god, is it bigger and better than ever? Yes, it is. It is crazy how much this league has grown since we started it just under a year ago. We're into our third season here in Europe. Our first season in America is about to hit the playoff stages. We've had champions such as My Insanity and AT Gaming. We've had a whole bunch of great teams. The third season looking better than ever. StarTale are playing, My Insanity taking part once again. And that's in the first division. We're actually seeing a second division game here today, which is going to be Imaginary Gaming versus NoN-eSports to begin the season. And we're going to be getting into this right now, as we're going to be starting with two players, two Zergs on merry-go-round. In the upper left-hand corner, starting things off, it's from NoN-eSports. In the upper left, Black. And going for the 9 pool here to begin the day. In the red, in the upper right, he's a Zerg player as well from Norway, it's Targa. Alright guys, so how are we all doing in the chat? Hope you're doing well, hope you're all hyped for another season of SC2 Improved Team League. I certainly am, as we do have this cheese coming out of Targa here, waiting to see what Black's going to go for. He's actually going to start with a gas first, and we'll see what he's going to go for after this as well. So Targa again playing this very aggressively to begin with, extractor tricking right now. Black with a fairly quick gas and pool of his own. I mean, that was in the end of 12 pool here, so you know, theoretically, he should be in a pretty good spot. You know, the economy is actually pretty similar. It's just a single drone or 2 drone lead for Black. And Targa's going to start making some Zerglings here. He'll get these across the map, but how much damage can he do with them? I'm not too sure, so let's wait and see what's going to happen here. In the chat, non-hopeless, non-fighting, woohoo! Come on guys, let's hear who you're cheering for today. If you're cheering for either of these teams in particular, do let us know as the first few Zerglings start to come out here, and we'll begin to head across the map. And yeah, let's see what they're going to get up to, see how much damage they are going to be able to do. I mean, Black already with 70 gas mined, his Zergling speed is pretty close to being started here. And of course, once he gets Zergling speed, he's going to have a lot of possibilities with how he decides to counter-attack from you know, the position he gets put in. He's going to have a pretty solid defense, and as he sees these links coming across the map, he immediately starts a spine crawl. This is, again, just going to work out wonderfully for him. He pulls out of gas completely. I'm surprised he doesn't just mine that extra 12 gas so he can get the Zergling speed, but feeling as though he just can't afford it quite yet, would rather spend it on the Queen and the spine crawl and just the lings, as many lings as he can. And yeah, Targa comes in here. He's going to see his spine crawl already 75% of the way done. He's going to try and trade against these initial drones here, and he's going to have to get turned away pretty quickly. So, Targa not able to do too much yet. I mean, it's not the worst of positions for him. The only really negative thing is that his opponent's going to have speed a lot faster than him. I mean, the work count's definitely manageable. He's just, you know, the more drones that come out for him here, the closer he's going to be to making this even, which is going to be after this drone comes up. So, Targa's in an okay spot, you know, to counteract the fast link speed of his opponent. He's already mining gas. He could himself. Well, he's actually going to get a link speed about the same time. So, in the end here, both these guys are going to end up in pretty similar positions. Targa going to remain in gas with 3 workers, so he's going to be able to get straight into that bin, and that's just the same as Black is doing here. And Targa actually taking a worker lead at this point. So Targa in the end has taken a pretty good position for himself as this Queen trying to take down some of these Zerglings. And well, Targa actually just chasing around. He's actually going to get in here and he's going to try and go for a drone. If he could get a drone kill, that would be pretty nice, but he does get a lot of his Zerglings surrounded. A few more drones very close to dying, but not quite going down there. 12 drones, 17 is the final count. As Targa's going to have to make up some Zerglings at home and some Banelings to be able to defend here. He's got nothing out right now, and this Zergling speed is not quite there yet for Black, so this counterattack's not going to hit extremely quickly, but it is on the way across the map, and it does have the possibility to do a little bit of damage here. Targa really needs that Baneling nest ASAP to be able to you know, make sure you can defend against this. And with the Baneling nest coming up for Black as well, I mean, we're probably going to see Baneling versus Baneling, so a lot of this will come down to control. Black down only on just 11 workers here against Targa's 16, as a spine crawl's on the way up here for Targa as well. Baneling start to morph in, and Targa's just kind of holding the position right now. He's just going to try and hold on for as long as he can. He needs these Banelings to get in here. The Queen looks as though he might be going down. Some more Zerglings come out for him, but Black will turn away. He's not going to fight here for any longer. He's going to start morphing in his own Banelings. That being said, he only has a single one on the way right now. the second one now as well. So he's trying to get more Banelings out for himself here, but they're a little bit slow. And Targa coming forward with his own Banelings, and a huge connection is going to really help him to clean this up now. And he takes down that one more from Baneling as well. Just a single Baneling left over from either player. Now Targa with a few more coming down from the main base. He cleans this up and turns this around very easily. And again, with his worker supply advantage at this point, Targa now with a pretty strong advantage will be able to just move across the map and try and get whatever he needs to get done. Just finished off here. So Targa chasing down and well, getting chased down a little bit. He loses one Baneling, but he takes out again a decent number of Zerglings in the process, as he does continue across the map here with a few more Zerglings. I mean, back at home, Black's in an okayish position. If he droned up behind that initial attack instead of making more lings, he would be okay right now. But the problem is he didn't drone up, and so Targa's in a pretty nice position in terms of his economy, and he won the fight already. So, you know, Black, he's kind of continued to just lose lings, and now Targa's going to walk in here with a lot of Banelings, of quite a lot of Zerglings as well. And I mean, there's these two Banelings coming down the ramp, and ooh, the Banelings! They get pretty good hits there, so Targa taking a lot of damage, but I think it's just too little too late at this point for Black. I don't think he's, just don't think there's quite enough. He's just going to look at this, completely avoid the spine crawler here. Queen going to get surrounded, going to target it down one Baneling before it was over, but now in the mineral line, the drones go down, and that will be game number 1 in favour of Targa and Imaginary Gaming here in this best of 7 all-kill match in the first week of SC2 Improved Team League America. Targa dancing around with these lings, avoiding the Banelings, and just going to take down whatever else he can. More lings come in. There's the GG from Black. Taps out in 5 supply, and Targa takes the first game of this best of 7 here. Nice and easily, no trouble about that at all, and very simple cheese for him. I felt like he was countered a little bit at the start, but he responded well, especially he held the counter-attack, he made the correct decisions, and from there on out, he was able to take the victory. Guys, we're going to go into a quick commercial break here. We're getting game number 2 set up, and it'll be Targa taking on the next player from NoN-eSports, and we'll be getting into that game as soon as possible in just a couple of moments' time after a quick song. And yeah, it shouldn't be too long, guys, a few moments, and we'll begin to game number 2 before you come back to SC2 Improved Team League Europe Season 3. How are you all doing, guys? I'm Wardy, and we're going into game number 2 here of Imaginary Gaming versus NoN-eSports. And again, it's Targa coming into map number 2, this time going up against Ansopity as he holds a 1-0 lead. And he is once again going to be 9-pooling here to start things off. In the upper left-hand corner, here's the red Terran player from Imaginary Gaming, Targa. Going up against the pink Zerg in the lower right-hand corner, Ansopity. So, let's wait and see what happens, as we actually have a drone scout on the way across from Ansopity. So, straight away here, going to be scouting out, trying to see what his opponent's up to, see if he's going to be cheesing here once again. So this is some pretty nice information he'll get for himself right at the start of this game. And there's the extractor trick once again here for Targa. So, just the same as last time, exact same build, and we'll see how much damage you can do with it this time around, as Ansopity is opening with a much later pool. As he gets into this base, he actually puts down his pool first. So he puts down a pool first. He actually pulls his drone up from the natural. So he's seen here what's up, and he's going to start making a pool first for his own, starting up at gas as well. Targa with 6 lings about to pop out, and going to start heading across the map. A 7 for an 8 Zergling on the way also. Let's see how much damage these initial Zerglings can do here as they do begin to come across. So, and Ansopity with a gas already mining, just started to get that mining right now. He should be able to be okay. I mean, this is one of the better, openings he can do against this, as long as he just gets a reasonable number of units out and doesn't lose anything too silly, too much of a silly manner. As long as he keeps everything alive and just controls well, he shouldn't take too much damage. His Zerglings should be out in plenty of time. And he's even got money for a queen right now, so 6 Zerglings and a queen on the way for him. And this should be all he really needs to defend against Targa. So Targa kind of on a countdown here, a countdown before Ansopity is out with the queen, out with his own Zerglings, and with speed on the way as well, because Ansopity, again, he's got a lot of gas already saved up here, and Zergling speed does just begin right now, as Targa loses 3 of these Zerglings in the initial battle. Not the best of starts for him, as he dances in and out of this creep spread right now. And then Ansopity going to try and turn this away, and he does so for now. I mean, Targa's not really committing forward at all. Baneling Nest already on the way down for Ansopity as well, so I mean, this is a much better response from in this game from the non-player than I feel it was in the last game. He seems to have his speed on the way at a nice timing. Targo again with his own gas mining. He can start his zergling speed now if he wishes to do so, losing some more links here. And Sobody going to go on the aggressive, and he probably will get zergling speed. 50 seconds. He might not get it before these zerglings get back home, but he's going to have it pretty soon thereafter, so he can continue to just chase them down into the base. His Baneling nest on the way up here as well, so I mean we're going to see some Banelings out of Unsopity very soon also. A few extra lings on the way across. Target tried to get back in the base there with another single Zergling to try and scout, but wasn't able to get any information. And as Zergling speed is about to kick in here, 15 seconds to go, and it's going to be Unsopity who just pulls back a little bit, starts up 3 Banelings, and will now try and loop around to get some more information, but might just get himself caught out a little bit too quickly here. Zergling speed about to finish up, and so now Targa in a little bit of trouble. His own Zergling speed halfway done. His Baneling nest about 75% of the way done, so it's going to be another half minute or so before Banelings come into this for Targa. And Unsopity already here with Banelings and Zergling speed is going to start catching a few of these units. He doesn't have as many Zerglings as his opponent, but of course that's what these Banelings are here to help out with. And the first Baneling connection is pretty good. The second Baneling connection is huge as well. And now just one Baneling connection remains, and more links continue to stream in from Unsopity. It looks as though Targa might actually be in a little bit of trouble here, as there's this one Baneling left over. What's it going to go on? I think he might just go to weaken up the drones. If the drones get weakened up enough here, the lings will just clean the rest of them all up so easily, and Targa going to fall here without too much of an issue. Unsopity takes game number 2, and just like that, we are level pegging in this series. 2 very quick cheeses out of Targa, 1 successful, 1 not so successful. And NoN-eSports even up this series here in this best of 7 all kills. So very quick game number 2 there, guys, and be a little while. Well, we're just going to go straight into the next game. We're going to wait and see what the map pick will be, but no commercial break or anything like that. We'll just wait to see who Imaginary Gaming will send out next, who their next player will be, what map they're going to decide to host it up on as well, and we'll be getting into this very, very soon. How is everyone doing? We had Hopeless saying he's doing great. Thanks for asking. No problem. Glad you're doing well. Who else is out there in the chat? If you are there, guys, do say hello. If you're watching, you may as well come join us in the chat. There's no reason not to. So do come along. Do come say hello. And just going to check out and see if anything else is going on. Nothing too exciting just yet. So yeah, we're just waiting to get into game number 3 right now. 15 minutes and already 1-1. Pretty quick going, in all honesty. I mean, it's not every day that you have a series start off with this kind of speed. So 1-1 already after 15 minutes gone. I mean, these teams were very quick to start, and they were very quick to settle the first 2 games. How quick was the first game? The second game was 6 minutes and 40 seconds. I want to find out how quick the first game was, though. Let's see replays. How quick was that first game? Higher or lower? Ooh, I'm going to guess higher, because my StarCraft has crashed. Nope, we're back. Well, that was a little bit weird. Oh, I can't actually see. It doesn't tell you on the replay file, really. It wasn't that long, though. It was definitely not very long at all. So, anyways, we're going to let these guys know what the remaining maps are. Foxtrot Labs taken out of the equation now. Merry-Go-Round taken out as well. That was the first map we played on here today. So, get rid of these couple of maps. And, ask Imaginary Gaming for their map and player pick for game number 3 of this best of 7 all kill, and just waiting to get some invites going for this here. So shouldn't be too long before we get this going, guys, as for some reason my stream's not on TL. Well, the TL streams have just been going crazy lately. They've been on, they've been off. It's been it's been kind of all over the place. So yeah, anyway, Rotab is going to be playing the next map from Imaginary Game, which looks as though this will set this up as a PVZ. No, a ZVZ again. Okay, I get confused by some of these port rates, seriously. So it looks as though we're going to have another ZVZ here as Rotab comes on up next from Imaginary Gaming. And we win, coming out from Damn Knight SC2. Woohoo from Hopeless, well done from Kill in Heaven. And Timia15, easy all kill and crushed. So the chat getting a little bit hyped about NoN-eSports taking down Targa here. And we're just waiting for Rotab to pick his map. And I will host that up and get straight on into this in just a couple of moments time here. So So. Getting set up, waiting for this to go underway. Just checking we're actually on TL now. Yes, we are. We're back on TL. There we go. It's all fixed up and set to go. It looks as though it's going to be overgrowth for the map. He says overgrowth. So let's invite into overgrowth for game number 3 here. Let's just set up the lobby and get straight on into this. 2 very fast games to start off once again, guys. And NoN-eSports, definitely one of the favourites from NoN-eSports. He's actually going to be part of the SC2 Improved Summer League this year. He has qualified into the top 16, so that's great to see. He had some killer performances in the first couple of qualifiers, and that was enough for him to secure a place into that round of 16. Rotab selecting random here right now. Let's see. Let's see what's going to happen. It's best kill in heaven. It's best of 7 all kill, and it's just all kill. So each player gets 1 life. As yeah, it's just plain and simple 1 life. No revives, nothing like that. Just best of 7 simple all kill. As we have ready from NoN-eSports, and we're waiting for Rotab to say he is ready to get into this 3rd game. Another ZVZ, a 3rd ZVZ in a row, and yeah, it's been going pretty quick so far. Rotab is ready, so let's start this game and get into game 3 of NoN-eSports versus Imaginary Gaming. All level right now. Can NoN-eSports take NoN-eSports into the lead for the first time this series, or will it be Imaginary Gaming going back into the advantage here? We're about to find out as I reload on into Overgrowth from map number 3, and let's see what these guys are going to decide to get up to. Whether we're going to see a non-cheesy ZVZ, maybe we may even get to the point of the game where we're going to see some roaches. It is time to find out, guys, so without any further ado, I'm just going to make sure our scoreboard is set up. Sort the players around so it's a little bit easier to see. Realise I'm opening up a bunch of incorrect tabs. And there we go. So let's go into this in the lower left-hand corner. The red Zerg player from Imaginary Gaming. It's Rotab. And in the upper right-hand corner, the pink Zerg player taking down Targa in game number 2. It's NoN-eSports. Alright, so let's see what's going to happen here as we get into this 3rd game. Wait and see what these guys are going to get up to. There's an Overlord on the way already for NoN-eSports. No Overlord for Rotab. He's just going to it's actually a late Overlord. Right? Or is he just going to extract a trick? Sorry, he is just going to extract a trick. So later Overlord allows him to extract a trick. Is it worthwhile? Is it not? I mean, I've been pretty sure in the end, you know, there was a point where there was a lot of discussions about was it worthwhile or not, and in the end everyone said no, it actually isn't worthwhile. So Rotab coming out here, I mean, it's a very minimal difference altogether, as NoN-eSports is yet to make, well, neither player's made a move yet here. No pool, no hatch. We're getting up to that kind of point in the game now where these guys are going to have to decide whether it's hatchery first or whether it's just pool first. Looks like it'll be pool first from Rotab, but a hatchery first out of NoN-eSports. He is drone scouting once again to just make sure he can see what's up. And well, okay, this is nice as well. He's going to force the pool first very simply by blocking here on the low ground with this drone. So this is kind of nice. You know, getting something out of the lost mining, which he loses from having to send this drone out on the map and not just having it back at home mining. So, so yeah, this drone taking a few hits here, taking a little bit of damage, but sure, oh, it's dancing in and out. It's deciding, trying to juke out this other drone here. Rotab, not quite sure what exactly to do. We will try and sneak this hatchery down. I mean, he's just going to have to wait until he gets rid of this drone, basically, but that's very annoying now. I mean, his hatchery could have started 100 minerals ago, so now it really is beginning to get very delayed as NoN-eSports continues to just run around in circles here, pooling gas on the way for him back at home, as this drone will finally, for Rotab, be able to come along and put this down. Queen had to start up as well already. Rotab with his own gas already on the way, so he's, you know, he's going to have a slightly faster Zergling speed here, but I'm pretty sure NoN-eSports will have accounted for that. I don't think that's going to catch NoN-eSports off guard at all. He actually comes into the base, he sees the gas as well, as you can see on the minimap just there, and he's, he knows exactly what's up. So NoN-eSports just going to head back home right now, and this game looking as though it's going to last longer than our previous 2 games. Now 100 gas now finished for Rotab. He pulls out completely. Still maybe an opportunity to try and kind of maybe link float here, but with his natural hatchery so delayed, it'll be kind of difficult because he won't have as much lava as he would be expecting, and that's pretty much going to make a link float, I guess, a little bit obsolete. if he does try to go for it. So definitely a possibility, always is when you see the Zerg player pull out of gas completely. And what's Unstoppable going to get up to over in his main base? He is just going to keep on mining with free gas, so he's going to be able to throw down a Baneling Nest here in the very near future. A Baneling Nest will come down very soon to add on to his defense. As a couple of Zerglings sneak on by, and they're actually going to start going to work on a spine crawler here. A spine crawler will actually have to be cancelled. So 25 minutes was lost, nothing too major. As Zerglings going around either side to ensure that they will get a scout off. And the Zergling to the top was the chosen one. He's the one who's going to last longer in this game, and will get all of the information. Sees that the gas has continued to be mined here from Unstoppable. Baneling Nest is on the way down for him. As back at home for Rotab. He's just gone into gas himself as well here very recently. He's gone back into it, and he's going to finish up his start of his own Baneling Nest here very soon, unless he's just going to skip straight into roaches. Now, I suppose a possibility, but not very likely, very risky to go for that. So we'll see what happens as Zergling speeds are about to kick in, but no real number of Zerglings out on the map, which means without any kind of Zerglings out on the map, it's not going to be all too important here. Probably just a couple of defensive Banelings to come in from Unstoppable. As Rotab yet to spend his gas still no Baneling Nest out of him. Without a Baneling Nest again, I have to start assuming he's probably just going to go straight into roaches. Zergling speed finish for Rotab here, and now for Unstoppable as well. So these guys will start to play a little bit cat and mouse in the middle here with a few Zerglings. Not too many though. There's 3 more gas do come down from Unstoppable as he starts with his letter, so he's going to be heading into some Mutalisk play here. Double Evolution Chamber on the way for Rotab. He's got no way of skipping the Baneling stage of this game. There's a Spy and Caller on the way as well here, looking to defend for him. And he will just head into a double upgrades, and there's the Roach Roaring too. So just going to be double Roach upgrades. The Roach is on the way out, and he's just going to skip straight on into that Roach composition here for the mid game. And we'll see how that works out for him, especially considering it'll be Roach versus Muta. So a composition kind of matchup which we don't see all too often anymore. Mutalisks have definitely fallen out of style in ZVZ. Usually we do just see roaches versus roaches, and if one player takes the risk to tech, then maybe we can see something a little bit different, like Hydras or Infestors. Right now it's just going to be Unstoppable taking in a little bit of a faster third base, taking advantage of the fact that already he is the Muta player, and he should be playing with the kind of more mobile army, so he should be the player looking to get a faster third base as well. And that's one of the things which can allow you to get back in this when you do decide to tech switch into the roaches. Generally you want to try and pick off a few drones, pick off overlords, set your opponent on the back foot while going into a roach run and roach upgrades of your own, and hopefully basically you hope to kind of get more roaches than your opponent to kind of outdo the upgrade advantage your opponent will have. A lot of things on the way out for Rotab right now. They will head across the map here and try and do something, as the third base may be in trouble for Unstoppable. A few Zerglings about to hit this right away. So this third base definitely in a bit of trouble, I would say, and starts to lose a fair few hit points. But Zerglings on the way here for Unstoppable, but not enough. Baneling's coming in for him as well right now, looking to defend this. Will he be able to? Is there enough for him here? Nice initial Baneling connection. I think he might just about have enough to turn this around. He doesn't have many Zerglings left. It's all about these Banelings and another group of Zerglings coming in. It's still very, very close. It still could go either way, but wow, Zerglings going all over the place for Rotab. Now, Unstoppable, I don't think he was quite prepared for this. He's making some roaches of his own. 14 roaches in total, in fact, just skipping the Mutalisks for now. As third base goes down, these Lings are going to retreat. Not all too much damage really done in the main base there, not a single worker killed. So, in the end, after this, Rotab ends up not really achieving all too much. Denies the third hatchery, which is nice. His own third will be faster now. And then somebody actually just skips his Spire ult. Well, okay, he's starting to make 4 meters now, but he's gone straight into his Glalvi Constitution here. The Zerglings did get a nice scout in the main base. They have been able to spot that Spire down for Unstoppable, so Rotab will be able to respond to this, and he's going to choose the Infestation Pit route of dealing with this. So he's going to go straight into Infestors. Some players will try and go Hydras and play Roach Hydra. Rotab here will just go Roach Infestor. He's added on 6 Spore Crawlers as well, so I mean his bases are going to be very well covered. We'll probably use a couple of these to get over to this third base. In fact, he's building spores at this third base too. I think that's actually too many spores. 3 per base is a little bit excessive. And you can see it's hurting him a lot in terms of the natural economy right now. He's down in workers as these Mutas try to trade against these first queens. Spore Crawler's not ready just yet. Another Transfuse coming down. One Mutalisk will fall. And so Untouchable taking a bit of damage here, a bit more than he should have already. Losing 1 meter, not really ideal. Ling's looking for an opportunity here for Robotab, but not able to get through. And the third base being re-established here for Unstoppable as well. And he's so far ahead in army supply right now, about 40 army supply ahead. And that is absolutely huge. He has the Mutas trying to do whatever they can, picking away at these Lings. Now, he may be 40 army supply ahead, but again, he is behind in the upgrades. So it's up to the Mutalisks to kind of make the difference here. He comes across the map, and he's actually got so many more Roaches than his opponent. He might just win the game right now. I think Rotab was really struggling for economy for a little bit longer than he should have. He didn't have quite enough drones, and because of that, he doesn't have as many Roaches as his opponent. Maybe attacking a little bit too aggressively as well. He's gone into Infestors. The first two pop out without fungal growths available, though. As their Pathogen Glance has not finished, and well, Unstoppable just trading at the front here. Muta's trying to come in without actually going against the Spore Crawlers. Bane is coming in as well, but there's just so many Roaches here, and Unstoppable is going to be able to clean this up without too much of an issue. And game number 3 is going to go to NoN-eSports. Muta's coming in over to the side. It doesn't look as though our Zerg player Rotab reacts in time to get the transfuse down, so a couple of Queens will go down here. Doesn't matter anyway, the Roaches and the Natural are going to do more than enough damage anyway. A couple more Infested Terrans come down, but again, it's just not enough. As these Mutas still getting deflected. In fact, all the Mutas died apart from 3. Okay, so he's lost all of his Mutas, which is a bit of a mistake, but he's done so much damage at the same time throughout the game. 10 workers killed. He still holds a huge worker advantage. And a huge army supply advantage. He's kind of surprised he hasn't already started his 1-1 upgrades. He's really just been committing to army and only army, so he is very far behind on the upgrades, but that might not come into this here. It may just be too much of an advantage from this point on for Rotab to come back from. I mean, he literally has just nowhere near enough Roaches. He's got 5 Roaches against 27 and a couple of Investors, which, if I'm not mistaken, don't have any energy right now. So, and somebody comes in once again here to the Natural. He's already broken this once. He's just going to break through it again now, as the Spine Claws, which we're building, are not going to be able to finish up anywhere near in time. And Infestor could go in dangerously low. A nice fungal growth, actually, as a few more Infestors do start to come out here. And somebody actually just turned away here. Got a lot of damage down onto this hatchery. Now just falls back into a concave of his own. And we'll push forward here once again, as well as, I mean, Rotab is just running out of units. He's got Infestors now with no energy at all. There's Natural Expansion going to fall. Drones being pulled, but it's just not going to be enough. GG. And NoN-eSports take a 2-0 advantage now in this best of 7. And, well, there you go. As I actually can't, for whatever reason, there we go. It opens up now. For whatever reason, I couldn't actually open my scoreboard change there, so a little bit of an issue. Now it is fixed. Kaboom! NoN-eSports 2-1 up in this best of 7. What a great start for them. This would be if they could take down Imaginary Gaming to their season. Again, only playing in the 2nd division, failed to qualify both of these teams for the 1st division, fallen in the qualifiers. So, yeah, 2nd division, but what a match it is. And that's the great thing about this new season of the SC2ITL. Some of the matches from the 2nd division would have been 1st division matches last season. So the whole level of skill is just completely grown, and it's just absolutely insane. And that means we've got, and again, this is our first match of the 11 weeks of group play. We've got so much StarCraft action coming your way. If you're enjoying the show and do want to see when we go live with any more of that action, you can hit the follow button on the stream. And guys, we'll be back in a few minutes with game number 4 between Imaginary Gaming and NoN-eSports. Guys, ladies, gentlemen, welcome back to SC2 Improved Team League Europe Season 3. Here as we have a 2nd division match between Unsopity and Revolver now, as NoN-eSports are taking on Imaginary Gaming in the first week of competition. Let's get on into this game. Another ZVZ, just in case the first 3 weren't enough for you. In the lower left-hand corner, from Imaginary Gaming, it's Revolver. In the purple, he's down there in the bottom left. In the upper right, though, it's the pink Zerg player from NoN-eSports, Unsopity, who is opening a little bit differently here. He's going Pool and a Gas just on the 1 base. No expansion for him just yet. So going to be getting a fast speed out for himself here. And we'll see what this is going to transition into as he starts up a Queen and a couple of Zerglings as well to start heading across the map and doing a little bit of scouting. Revolver is just going for a hatchery first into a pool. You know, pretty standard, pretty safe on this map. It's a very large map. Kind of intriguing, like the way these guys are opening differently. I mean, And Sobrity, you can kind of see why he does it. It's such a large map. If he can get control of it early on, if he can kind of dictate the pace of this game a little bit faster than his opponent, he's definitely going to be able to take a faster third base. And you know, anything that kind of goes wrong in any attack for him, you know, it's going to be a long time before Revolver can counter-attack or anything like that. So I kind of like this opening. It gets him across the map nice and quickly. It gives him a lot of you know, abilities and possibilities as to what he can actually end up doing. And yeah, Revolver just started up a Spine Crawler right now. He has yet to see, in fact, that there's no the natural is late from his opponent, so he's not 100% sure what's up. So he just starts the Spine Crawler just in case. Zerglin Speed coming up to about halfway done here for Unstoppable. A Bane and Nest on the way too, so he's definitely going to commit to some kind of aggression here after this Overload. I would imagine it's just going to be Zerglin. But I'm saying that, and he's just going into drones right now. So this could just be a very safe opening for him. With the possibility to get aggressive if you would like to. He actually cancels his Bane Nest when he gets inside the base. He's seen here that this is a completely gasless play. And, you know, he could even cancel his gas now and use the gas to, you know, start up some upgrades, some very fast upgrades if he starts a Roach War and an Evolution Chamber. Definitely a possibility. At the same time, though, having his speed out will allow him to just take a very fast third base and to defend that while trying to punish his opponent's third base early on in the game. And a couple of links for Revolver going to start doing some pretty decent damage. That's one link, or one drone already killed. A nice pull away and extractor build from the second drone there to keep that alive. So Revolver doing a nice little bit of damage. The Zerglin with the kill has been picked off. The other Zerglin still remains here. And Unstoppable with a very fast third base here. Revolver, don't believe he's seen that yet, so he doesn't know just yet about this third base, which is on the way. A very common response to a gasless opening, just to get the third base up nice and quickly. As gases for Revolver only just really starting to come into play right now. And expecting to just see a couple of Evolution Chambers, the Roach Warren coming out of him. The very standard follow-up to the gasless play. Probably expecting to see them starting to come down in the next couple of minutes or so. As we're still yet to see what Unstoppable is going to be doing with his gas. He starts up a lair very quickly, so may try and go into Mutalisks once again here. Starts an Evolution Chamber though very quickly as well, so it looks as though he might just try and go into Roach Speed and +1. And to try and play the game out from there. Third base on the way for Revolver now. Has he confirmed that third base of his opponent yet? Still not quite. He's going to in just a moment though, and he's going to see that finishing up. He's going to see the creep here, so he's going to know what his opponent is doing. And you know, in all, everything's pretty similar here. Revolver a couple of workers ahead. He's a little bit behind in his lair timing. He's going for double upgrades, while it's just going to be single upgrades from Unstoppable. And Unstoppable is actually producing a fair few links right now to start moving across the map. And this is definitely something he can do with having invested in speeds early on. He can get these links out, move across the map, and try and get a cancel on the third base of his opponent before the roaches start to come out for him. So Revolver might actually lose this here because he doesn't have any units out on the map. He's only got queens, and all them queens are going to be enough. They're actually back in the natural right here. Already we see this Roach Warren actually just kind of filling up the wall off for now. So this third base is going to fall here. Revolver going to be forced to cancel this. I don't think... there's no way you can let it finish. You just can't. So this is a big advantage actually for Unstoppable here in terms of that third base timing. Cancels at the last moment here. Comes back, picks off the drone. And just like that, Unstoppable finds himself a base up in this game. Currently just equal on workers, and the third base not going to add too much to that just yet. So, you know, nothing devastating really for Revolver just yet. As they back off just a little bit, these Lings. Not sure exactly what they want to do. It's going to be a Nidus Network coming out of Revolver here, so he's going to look to maybe come into the main base of his opponent and try and catch him off guard. But I believe Unstoppable, well, he's drawing up crazy fast right now, 13 drones at a time. He should be able to get some roaches out of his own, though. I'd imagine he starts to build roaches straight after this round of drones. But if he doesn't, he could find himself in some trouble from this Nidus Network. It's about to finish up here, and a lot of roaches on the way out for Revolver. And, you know, the problem is, if this drops in the main base, which I guess the Overlord's not quite in position to do. The Overlord's not in position to drop it anywhere, really, apart from just at the front to try and die. And that's actually what he's going to do. He's not going to try and sneak it in the main at all. He's just going to try and attack the third base as soon as he can. And Sobby doesn't quite have roaches out just yet. As you can see, it's 17 roaches to 0. 21 lings on the wrong side of the map. And then Sobby, in a moment, will have to pull these lings back to be able to hold. He has a Nidus Network now, and he's immediately starts to bring these Zerglings back home to try and hold on. He is +1's about to finish. And, roach speed as well. How much that will help in terms of this defense, I'm not too sure. I mean, +1 a lot, but the roach speed may not be too much of a factor apart from getting his units here a little bit sooner. Zergling's going to come in from behind, going to start committing onto these queens. Drones being pulled as well, and Sobby can afford to lose a few drones here. He has lost out. He is behind in upgrades. He's behind by a single carapace upgrade, not as big as a not as big as a missiles attack upgrade. It looks as though Revolver is actually winning this fight underneath here, underneath those overlords, and will actually push through all the way to the natural and stop with a huge round of roaches on the way. But is it too late because he's, oh yeah, it is actually, just types out GG, just didn't have enough there, and somebody falls to Revolver. Just too many drones. He made 13 drones when his opponent made a ton of roaches. He gets attacked, he gets punished for it, gets punished for his greed, and just like that, we're going to see our, we're going to see me not be able to get the scoreboard open again, which is starting to get very annoying. I don't know what's going on. It might, like, something about StarCraft is messing up. Just need to quickly relog StarCraft here, and I'll update the scoreboard, guys. Sorry about that. I don't know what my StarCraft is doing. 2-2 though. We're back to level. Pegged in the series, we're going to see at least 6 maps out of these two teams here today, which is always great to see 6 maps. At least, and of course it also opens the possibility for 7 games, as this is looking very even so far. As we just start up my StarCraft again here to get back in game, and yeah, we're going to go into game number 5 in a couple of moments time. I'm actually going to go into a quick commercial break, guys, before we get this game set up, because we're going to be a few moments getting back in game and getting our player and map picked. So a few moments time, we'll be back with game number 5. If you're enjoying the show, hit that follow button, and we'll be back here with NoN-eSports Improved Team League. NoN-eSports versus Imaginary Gaming here today. We're just going to go straight on into game number 5. We're finally out of the ZVZs, as we have a Terran player up next for NoN-eSports. It's going to be Reason. And we're going to jump into his 5th game on Catalina right now for a little bit of TVZ. Terran versus Zerg, definitely still my favourite matchup. I don't think there's ever been a time where TVZ hasn't been my favourite matchup. Back when I started playing in Wings of Liberty, TVZ was always like the best. It was fun to watch, it was fun to play. It always had that cool mechanics where the Zerg player has to make sure not to be too greedy, but then they have to also make sure they get the right amount of drones, and the Terran can try and trick them by moving out and then just pulling back and not committing forward. And there's a lot of different mechanics in it. The creep spread's so important, and clearing up the creep as well. So that's always a constant battle. Just a beautiful matchup in general. The fights are fun to watch. The micro and mechanics in it are kind of crazy. It's all pretty great stuff. So let's get into this TVZ and see how this is going to go today. In the upper left hand corner, or just the left hand side of the map, in the 9 o'clock position, from Imaginary Gaming, is the yellow Zerg player Revolver, going up against the red Terran player in the bottom right. From NoN-eSports, it's Reason. Going to be opening with a Reaper expand here, and of course this can lead into a multitude of different things, whether it be the flash build, whether it be fast free command centers without a starport, could be Hellion Banshee. There's so many possibilities here from this Reaper expand. 1 Reaper, 2 Reaper, 3 Reapers, whatever he decides to do, he's got so many potential different builds to go into. Let's just wait and see what he's going to build. I mean, there's nothing we can really tell before we see how many Reapers he's going to get, whether he's going to make just 1 and then go into the reactor or what. So just wait and see what Reason's going to get up to, what he's going to decide to go into. And it's actually going to be a pool first from Revolver here. How many Zerglings is he going to make? He just makes a Queen right now. It doesn't look as though he's too bothered about getting any Zerglings out. I mean, the Overlord at the front has seen the barracks there, so he knows it's going on proxy rack, so he doesn't need Zerglings to deal with any kind of proxied by Marines or anything coming towards him. As this first Reaper is on the way, looks like the expansion getting ready to come down the low ground. Second Reaper already queued up, and Reason we'll go for the 2 Reapers at least here. So that kind of narrows down the kind of the builds we could see. We could still see Hellion Banshee, but very unlikely to actually see kind of a medevac, any kind of drop play early on. Usually we just see a single Reaper. 2 Reapers have actually been out of fashion lately. I mean, 1 Reaper's been the kind of be-all and end-all of TVZ, simply because, it gets you the scouting, it gets you the early map control. You're not going to get any damage done anyway, because Zerg players have gotten so good at defending it. So we generally just see 1 Reaper nowadays. The factory starts to come down, the reactor will be next from Reason, and he will just head into his Hellions to follow this up. His second Reaper is just going to be on right on course to intercept these Zerglings. Revolver not quite going to be able to get them into the natural expansion to deny this command center for a little while, and we'll just have to sit up here with these instead. And again, we won't be able to do all too much with them for at least a little while. As whoa, extra barracks. Okay, well this is interesting. This is something we don't always see. Reason going for build, which I believe was first used by Happy in like WCS Season 2, maybe even before then. Where you hide these extra barracks, and by hiding these extra barracks, your opponent probably thinks you're going for a command center, but probably thinks you're going for a third command center, but in actuality, you're just not. So you're going for a big push instead. So Reason going to look to catch Revolver a little bit off guard here. Reaper's taking down Zerglings at the front, and yeah, this Overlord is going to start moving into Scout, and this Overlord Scout is absolutely crucial. There's a reason this wouldn't work so well anymore, and that is because the fast third command centers aren't as common. Beforehand, you could pretty much 100% assume there's going to be fast free command centers, whatever happens in any TVC. Nowadays, there's so many different things to spot for that, it's more likely that Overlord Scouts will come in here. And without any Marines, there's nothing to really deny this. So, this is going to be completely scouted by Revolver. The extra Cube barracks spotted very early on here in this game. And we'll see if that's going to allow him to pull off an early, a decent defense here. I mean, the real way to defend this would just be add a Baneling Nest faster than usual. With a faster Baneling Nest, you've got that splash damage to take down the first wave of units, and then things don't start to snowball. Then that Terran player just has to go back home, and he can't really do anything. He just has to fall back and regroup, and it's very delayed, the next push out, compared to if he was just continuously rallying across and adding to his army. Picks off a creep tumor here, doesn't quite get the last one. Not too much of an issue. He checks for third base, doesn't see anything just yet. Revolver is actually trying to head over there to take the third base. He goes just after these Hellions and Reapers go around the other side, and there's a single Reaper going to come up into the main to try and scout what's going on. He wants to probably see if there's a roach rolling down or anything. There's a roach rolling out the front, so he has seen that. So he sees the lair finishing, so he knows this isn't actually any kind of two base all in. But he knows there is going to be a potential for a very strong follow-up attack from Revolver. As 1-1 completes for them roaches, there has to be something on Reason's mind right now. Definitely a possibility. So has to be a little bit careful about that. You can. I don't really agree with him adding on bunkers just yet. I don't think he needs to. I think when you see the lair finishing, it means the roaches aren't going to hit you anytime soon. So I think there's a little bit more time, but he's going to add them on anyway. Armory on the way. We're actually yet to see any engineering base here. Third command center only just starting as well. Our third hatchery just about halfway done for Revolver. As the Reaper Hellion just falling back a little bit here. And the Reaper looking as though it's just going to cover this side of the map. So really trying to just spot anything coming out towards him. As Revolver is now starting to build up a lot more roaches, but a lot more drones coming out for him too. So he's continuing to drone up while building roaches here. Spreading some of his creep forward as well. So I mean, this isn't any kind of all-in. He's droning behind this. He's just looking to try and go for his initial first aggressive push, and then to follow it up with, he's going to be looking to, probably head into 2-2, Roach Hydra, maybe even a Hive to get into Roach Hydra Viper. So that's probably the overall plan here, as these Hellions to see a Queen continue to spread creep, and more drones just coming out right now for Revolver. He's just looking towards that 70 number, 62 at the moment. We'll begin to move across the map a little bit here. I think he can definitely afford to try and pressure. But as soon as he runs up and sees what's up here, he's probably going to think, no, I'll just turn around and get out of here for now. I guess what he can do is kind of deny the third base coming down for a while, just by being on this side of the map. Revolver, Reason's not in a position to really move out and take his third base. There's a lot of Hellbats here, which have just morphed in. The upgrades are going to be insane for Revolver. I mean, 2-2 is on the way when +1 weapons, and only weapons, starts here for our Terran player. There's a second engineering bay. There's that +1 armor now coming down as well. And, just really being pretty passive here with these initial roaches. Revolver just focusing on economy. I mean, again, he can't really be aggressive up this ramp. Reason is in way too good of a defensive position for that to take place. More tanks come out, though, and as more tanks come out, I think we get into a position where Reason can start to push towards the third. And, start clearing that out and getting ready to go into the later stages of this game. Right now, another drone just on the way across and coming into this this third base, which is mining pretty nicely here for Revolver. I mean, nothing else to really say about that. 11 Hydralisks on the way. I'm going to group up with all of these roaches. at the front. So, I mean, the Roach Hider composition is well on the way now. Starport only just being added on, so, I mean, Medevac's going to be very late in this game. Orbital Command now looking to push towards that third base to take that. Not many Marauders in this, and I'd like to see a few more Marauders added into this composition, simply because with a few more Marauders you can get through them Roaches in the front a lot much more easily. If you get through the Roaches, the faster you clear through the Roaches, the sooner you get to the Hydras, and the Hydras melt once you get to them, and you know, they're the things which do the real damage. So once you get through the Roaches, the Zerg player either loses his Hydras, or he has to retreat. Either way, you stop taking all of the damage from the Hydralisks. So I'd like to see some more Marauders being added in. I like the fact he's added on some more bunkers here. You know, again, the scary thing about Roach Hydra is how quickly you can max out with it, and how strong the initial push is. So as long as you survive the initial push, generally you would say, you know, you're in an alright spot. So, going to be intriguing here. I mean, this third base is definitely still attackable, despite, well, being out of range of these tanks, which are on the high ground. So, these tanks aren't going to be that useful at all here, as Revolver going to come in from the right-hand side of this base, coming forward right now, and, I mean, this bunker's not going to last long at all. And this kind of angle is not really that well protected. And again, I feel like the command center could definitely go down here. Roaches coming in from the top. Now they'll go down pretty quickly. I mean, this army for the Templars is just being absolutely annihilated here. And Hydras can probably turn and fight in the command center if they want. But he's actually just going to keep on pushing the army. He's actually taking a 100 supply lead. What an engagement by Revolver. Just playing a symbol, comes in, takes the fight and wins it. I mean, 2-2 against 1-1. He's ahead in upgrades. There wasn't enough bunkers there. The tanks were out of position, they weren't dealing as much damage as they could have done. I mean, if Roaches run in from this side, you want the tanks to be shelling them as they run in here. They weren't placed well enough in the main and coming into the natural now. I mean, the tank's still firing away here. The damage is already done, 168 supply to 66, and Revolver continues to come across the map here. As the overseer on the high ground will allow these Hydras and Roaches to pick off these tanks now. And Reason types out GG. And gives Imaginary Gaming match point, as NoN-eSports currently sit at a deficit of 2 games to 3. Guys, we're not going to mess around. We're going to take a quick commercial break straight away here. When we come back, it's match point for Imaginary Gaming, an opportunity to close out this clan war for victory. Don't go to NoN-eSports and Imaginary Gaming about to get going here, as Revolver currently out and looking to finish things off for Imaginary Gaming. Target did start off the day with a victory for them. Was taken down by Unstoppity, who went on to take down Rotab, but then did fall to Revolver, who's then taken down Reason as well. So 3-2 is our current scoreline. We're all set to get into King Sejong Station here for map number 6 of this best of 7 all-kill. 6th game, and yet we're only an hour into the broadcast. Absolutely crazy to be keeping this kind of time. Guys, thank you for tuning in. Hope you're enjoying the show. Do let us know who you're supporting in the chat. I do see the viewers rising, so if you've just tuned in, do let us know who you're supporting. If you're not supporting anyone, just come in and say hello. Let us know how you're doing on this fine Sunday evening. Got there in the end. Yeah, let us know how you're doing, guys. We're going to get into this game right now. As it's King Sejong Station with a ZVP, the first ZVP of the day. So we've had 3 ZVZs, a ZVT, and yeah, 4 ZVZs? Yeah, 4 ZVZs and a ZVT, and now a ZVP for the 6th game. In the lower right hand corner, we have the Teal, a Zerg player from Imaginary Gaming, the opportunity to close out this clan war for his team here. It's Revolver. And he's going to proxy hatchery up here towards the top left corner of the map, where his opponent, the orange Protoss player from NoN-eSports, Kirby, is forced to start a forge here in the main base. Starts the gateway on the low ground as well. Very calm reaction so far to this hatchery. Not actually rushing to kind of pull probes to take that down or anything. Just kind of waiting here. Waiting for the opportunity to continue on with this and do whatever he feels he needs to do. So a couple of cannons on the way down. I don't think 2 cannons will kill it that quickly. I think this might still end up finishing here for Revolver. He has started a swarming pool. He will be able to get a queen out. If he can get a queen out and creep up this half of the natural, that's going to be really bad. for Kurobi. He's not going to be able to take his natural expansion for absolutely ages. So I'm a little worried here. Is he going to get queen out? Well, it doesn't look as though he's going to try. He's just going to leave this here, leave this to finish as he's still going to block the expansion for quite a long time here. Simon X-Claw in the way, and he's just expanding back at home. He was blocked a little bit at the natural, it seems, by a probe, and now he will just double expand here. And you know, I guess it's a fairly even commitment. So he forces the later Nexus, he forces 300 minerals out of his opponent in cannons, which you wouldn't have wanted to make, at least not yet anyway. So with 6 on 2 freeze, if he was paying attention, he maybe could have caught a probe kill. That would have been really nice. But unfortunately he was not. He still has some lava here which he could look to utilize. Could definitely add on some Zerglings and maybe try and run them by into the main base. They could probably sneak around if they wanted to. As 3 hatcheries are on the way up here for Revolver back at home. He's got all of these up and running now, so, or up and running, at least building now, so that's on the way for him. There's a probe being chased away right now. Few Zerglings just heading back home, not had much luck chasing down that probe. As Alad and Mothership Core starting to take their presence on the map. Nexus on the way up, and finally Kurobi's going to be able to expand here. Again, a Stargate down as well. I mean, again, his Nexus really delayed. And then again, sort of been the basis of Revolver a bit, but not loads, I would say. 10 lings on the way right now. Zerglin speed coming up as well. And again, this Stargate suggests that Kurobi just wants to head into kind of a macro game from this kind of point onwards. But macro game, we'll see what exactly he ends up doing. In general, you know, once he gets past this Stargate, still yet to see. It's actually going to be an Oracle to start up from the Stargate. A lot of lings on the way out here, and they don't have Zerglin speed just yet. But that is about halfway done. A lot of lings will be able to turn this aggression around pretty quickly here, and he won't take too much damage from this at all. Still very low worker counts in this game, 23 to 25. And of course the Zerg player can shoot up at any moment here now that he's got free base production. He can shoot up in that worker count as soon as he would like to. It doesn't feel as though the opportunity is there just yet for that, however. So Zealot on the way back across the map. And the first Oracle comes out here. Twilight Council and +1 on the way. So Kirby looking as though he might just go into +2, blink, take a third base. Spore Crawlers are about to finish up here for our Zerg player just as this Oracle gets into towards the natural. So Revolver turns this around without much of an issue at all, and continues to drone now. Now that he knows it's a Stargate play, he's probably not going to be too worried about any kind of further attack coming towards him, so he's just going to drone up as much as he can, and now's the opportunity for him to really take an advantage in terms of the worker count. Blink now on the way here for Kurobi, so adding on his third and fourth gas as lings are going to come up towards this natural. Not quite able to get in there, blocked off by Kurobi, but he will stick around, and again this will delay any kind of third base which Kurobi tries to take. He's going to have to get at least a couple of force fields, a couple of sentries to be able to force field these lings before he can come down here and fight this. Oracle's still looking for a way to do damage, not a single kill so far, but every base just seems to be so well covered. He hasn't even been able to pick off a single worker, just kind of lurking a little bit too far away from a Spore Crawler. So this Oracle not having the best of days right now. There's a couple of extra gateways starting to get added on. I mean, that's only our second and third gateway of the game. So Kobe only just starting to get into this. Finally the Oracle finds the kill, and we'll start to trade against this Queen now. Queen will back off towards the Spore Crawler, and Oracle just stuck around a little bit too long there. And honestly, that's a pretty big loss. He actually starts up another Oracle now. It's a pretty big loss because you lose the opportunity to have a lot of map control as the game goes on. Revelation, so useful throughout the game. Or Vision, sorry. So useful throughout the game to be able to throw that down on the opponent's army, see where it is, see what's coming towards you, when it's coming towards you. A lot more gateways actually being now done here, so this is starting to look a little bit less like a expansion and a little bit more like an all-in. Going up to 6 gates, totally good. I guess it still is just about enough for an expansion. It's going to get denied here for a little while though. These lings are going to kill off the probe, so expand will still be a little while before coming down here. 4 Stalkers, Zealot, Mothership Core continue to come forward towards these lings. Lings will probably just loop around for now and may try and go into the main base actually. Zealot warps in though, so he's not going to be able to get in here. He runs off, he checks this third base once again, goes for the probe, another probe kill, straight out of there. Doesn't want to lose too many of these Zerglings, and I feel like a good job done. He's scouted a lot, he knows what's up, he knows what his opponent's up to. A bunch of overlords on the way now. His 6th gas is up and running for Revolver, plus 1 missile is Gallery Constitution, Hydralisk, Devon Infestation Pit also. So, right now, Revolver getting into pretty much everything he needs to go into Roach, Hydra, Viper as a robotics facility, and plus 2 on the way as the next steps in the build for Korobi. And, yeah, I guess, I mean, again, Revolver just building up to one big push later on in this game. It's going to come very, very quickly. I mean, considering this game started off with a proxy hatch, if you look at the timers of this, it's still a pretty fast infestation pit. Revolver explodes all of a sudden with 25 roaches at once. Pretty crazy stuff as Stalkers come forward here and turn around these few Lings. And these Lings are going to have to back off for now as a few more Hydras come up in production tab. And a Dark Shrine on the way for Kurobi, so feeling as though he might be a little bit behind. May try and get some Dark Temple harassment in, but I mean, with the Spore Crawlers already down in each of the bases, it's not very likely it's going to do much damage. These Stalkers moving forward, I mean, if recall is available, if necessary. He does have Blink as well, so he should be able to get out of any tricky situations here as Roaches and Hydras continue to pour out. No Hive just yet, despite this infestation pit being finished, so Revolver holding off on that just now. Continue to just tech up in other ways, Groove Spines, Hydralisk upgrades, probably see Muscular Augments come in the next few moments. Some more Links coming out for him here as well. He might just try and push across the map with just Roach Hydra Viper, just Roach Hydra and some Zerglings mixed in as well. May just try and push across the map before Colossus come out. The first Void Ray is on the way here, and the Robo Bay is just about to finish, so now is the kind of best time for Revolver to move out if he does want to do this kind of style where he's just going to push without teching any further. Warp Prism's on the way across the map for Kurobi as well, so he's going to look to try and buy some time with this. He will see with an Observer these units starting to meet up in the middle of the map though, and this is a little bit scary for him. I mean, he's only got 4 enemies, he doesn't have that many force fields. Revolver moving forward a little bit here initially, and will actually continue to move around to the side, so he's going to try and come at this pretty much the best choke point you can run into, the widest choke point. I mean, it's not even really a choke point. This compared to this is a much better attack to position to come in from. So it's going to come in here. I don't think the first Colossus is finished yet. As more Lings coming across the map, some DTs warped in and heading towards this third base. An Overseer warped in as well here though. No actual units here to defend, so this could be a little bit troublesome as Revolver forces a lot of these force fields and they don't really grab anything. As yeah, these Roaches which are popping out need to kind of turn around and help out against the DTs. The DTs not doing their job, they should just stay back here, take down a base, take down drones. That's kind of what he needs to do. First Colossus needs to be very careful, nearly goes down, and Roaches and Hives just hitting the front door right now. Revolver's maxed out. And a couple of Voiders are going to go down. This one Colossus is doing an okay job, but is losing a fair amount of HP. And as these Lings and Roaches break through here, the Colossus will fall. The rest of the army's fallen as well, and it looks as though Revolver is going to be able to clean this up and take this game, and with it the series. As Kobe looks into a lot of trouble right now. He is going to kill off the third base of Revolver. That's an added bonus for him. He's killed off 22 workers as well. So these DTs keeping him in a little bit right now, but again, I mean, the army supplies are just too different. As an Overseer's here, so 2 DTs walked into the defend will go down. Robot Facility's gone, Stargate's gone, GG's called, and Revolver takes the series 4 games to 3 for Imaginary Gaming. So GG's, well played, and congratulations to Imaginary Gaming for the first victory here in the SC2 Improved Team League 2nd Division. First victory of the season, in the first week of the season, the first match of the season, and it ended in a 4-2 victory for Imaginary Gaming. Good games overall, good showing by these guys, and Sopity having a couple of good games, but not able to quite take NoN-eSports as far as they needed to go. And yeah, that's it. So guys, we're going to just pretty much plain and simply head off. We're going to run a few ads on the outro. I'm going to go get some food, and hope you guys enjoyed the show, enjoyed the first match of the SC2 Improved Team League Season 3. Coming up for the rest of the week, we might have some SC2ITL America matches a little bit later on, but coming up for the rest of the week, I can tell you, we have on... Okay, so, coming up this week we have... Let's see. Tomorrow we have New Year Gaming against Followers of Extermination at 6 PM Central European Summer Time. So that's at 6 PM Central European Summertime. New Era Gaming vs follows Extermination. On Tuesday we have Darkstar versus AT Gaming's last season's champion is AT Gaming going in action. On Wednesday we either have Mind Sanity versus EC Visualize or Vegas Squadron versus Skillforge, and that's the current plan for the weekend. There's a lot more matches still to be scheduled as well, so a bunch of games coming your way this week. If you enjoyed what you've seen here today, hit the follow button and come check us out again in the future. And guys, thank you for tuning in. And yeah, check out the website sc2improve.net, our Twitter at sc2_improve, and YouTube, youtube.com/sc2improve as well. We'll see you all next time. And for now, congratulations to Imaginary Gaming.